name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel, Sash Reads, and this is my hypothesis on what's going to be on the Goodreads Choice Awards nominations list for the romance category. I did this video last year and literally uploaded it the day Goodreads put it out. It's like, I think I uploaded it right after they put the list out. So hopefully I'm not cutting it too fine this year, but life has been kind of crazy right now. So I'm still trying to do normal things. This is one of them. So let's get into it. Last year, I can't remember what my stats were, how many I had on there, how many I didn't have on there. This year I've got 31 books here, okay? I just think I've got to be able to figure it, like I've kind of done, I have so many thoughts happening. Anyway, this year, the way I've picked these books are who were on the nominations for last year and the year before that. Also some new books that everyone's been talking about this year. Also Goodreads themselves, they put out romance lists and I was looking through them and what they put on there as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna go alphabetical by author's last name because that's just how I've sorted my Goodreads list out. Beg, Borrow or Steal by Sarah Adams might be on there. I believe one of her books from last year was there, or maybe it was the year before, but this is the third book in her When in Rome series. I have no idea what this book is about. I just know the covers are really super cute. This has an average rating of 4.02 stars, which is pretty good. Over 112,000 number of ratings on this book. Next, I really hope, I haven't read it yet, but Caught Up by Navessa Allen might be on this list. I really enjoyed Lights Out and I think it should have been on last year's list. I don't know, but it's got over 162,000 ratings. So I have a feeling it might be. This is like these Goodreads Choice Awards are a popularity contest. We all know that, but we all still give into it anyway because they're fun, okay? So this is the second book in the Into Darkness series by Navessa Allen. It's a dark rom-com, I think you would call it. Lights Out was super funny, but it did have those like edgier aspects to it. I believe Caught Up does get more dark, but I haven't read it yet, so I can't tell you. Next, another one I think might be on there is Lauren Ash's Love Arranged, which is the third book in the Lakefront Billionaires series. I don't believe she got a nomination last year, but she did the year before. This book only has 30,000 ratings at this point in time, and it's an average rating of 4 stars. So it's not bad. Last year, Ali Hazelwood had multiple books on the list. So I've also done multiple books for this author. I don't like talking about this author. Hang on, no, I'm getting my authors mixed up. I'm so sorry. I love Tessa Bailey. We love Tessa Bailey in this house. She brought out 2 books this year that I think might be on this list. First is Dream Girl Drama and second is Picture Perfect. They're both sports romance in her Big Shots series, numbers 3 and 4. Dream Girl Drama has over 50,000 ratings and Picture Perfect has over 18,000 ratings. Dream Girl Drama has 3.41 average rating and Picture Perfect has 3.89 average rating. So they might be on there. Tessa Bailey does churn out the books quite quickly, so I'm not sure if they're any good anymore, but what I've read from her, I have enjoyed in the past. Cara Barristone is an outlier. I've never read from her, but people love her books. I see her on lists all the time, and her book Promise Me Sunshine came out this year with an average rating of 4.11 and there's 63,000 ratings on it at this point in time. Next, we've got Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. I really enjoyed this book. This is the first book on the list that I've actually read, and she actually brought out 2 books this year, but I don't think people watching will be on it because it only just came out. But it's got an average rating of 3.88 stars and over 40,000 people have rated it. So I'm not quite sure. I know she is a loved author and people watching has a tattooed hero, so I have a feeling people are going to love that more, but I don't know if it's going to be on the list because it just came out. I don't know what their criteria is, like their publishing criteria for the nominations, but Who knows? BK Borison brought out First Time Caller. Everybody frothed over that. It has an average rating of 3.97 with 193,000 ratings on it there. So I feel like that is a good contender for this year. Catherine Center's The Love Haters are probably going to be on this list. Like, she's on this list every year, so it would be an injustice to me if I don't put this on here. I did not like The Bodyguard though, so I kind of like don't want to read from her again. I probably should give her a redemption arc sometime, but that's just not happening just yet. Unless this book is on the top 10. Okay, we'll just say that. I will be doing another top 10 romance, Goodreads Choice Awards romance video, whatever we're calling it, because I had so much fun last time. So yes, let's, fingers crossed, I can anticipate what the top 10 are before the list comes out. I have not read the top 2. I know the top 2. We all know what's going to win, right? We all know what's going to win, but I'll talk about that in a second. Lana Ferguson brought out a book this year, but it's only got 16,000 ratings, so I'm not quite sure if it's that popular. I really enjoyed the mating game, is that what it's called? Her Omegaverse book, but I just don't know if Overruled was that popular this year. Goodreads Golden Child has brought out another book this year, Carly Fortune. I don't know why she keeps coming on this list. I don't think her book's that good. I mean, I read one book and I didn't think it was that great. I read it last year's video. This year she brought out One Golden Summer and it's had over 356,000 ratings. So over 356,000 people have read this book. And it's got an average of 4.31 ratings. Like stars. So it's probably going to be on this list. Laurie Gilmore brought out 2 books this year. The Strawberry Patch Pancake House and The Gingerbread Bakery. I believe the second book of this series was on last year's top 10. I didn't end up reading it though, but I wasn't that phased, to be honest. Kate Golden brought out If Not For My Baby. Now, she is usually a romantasy author, so I think this is her first contemporary book. I'm kind of hoping it gets to the top 10 because I am intrigued by it. It's only got over 4,000 ratings on it, so it might not be, but I feel like I've been seeing this book everywhere, and it's got an average rating of 3.84 stars. Hannah Grace recently brought out a holiday romance called Holiday Ever After. It's only got over 3,000 ratings. I know everybody loves her hockey romance, so that's why I put her on this list. Thought it was like a safe bet. Okay, speaking of Ellie Hazelwood, she's brought out 3 books this year. I think at least 2 of them are going to be on this list. Mate, which just came out, probably is not going to make it to the list because it's not going to have enough read, I feel like enough ratings. But both Deep End and Problematic Summer Romance were both gonna be on this list, just like Bride and Not in Love, is that what it was called? I can't remember. I have been meaning to read both Deep End and Problematic Summer Romance, so if they both get picked in the top 10, I'm gonna be very excited for that video. Let me tell you, collectively they've both got over 6,000 ratings, and the Problematic Summer Romance has 3.86 average star rating and Deep End has 3.88. All right, let's get to the crux of it. Who might win this year? I've heard this book is not great though, so look, it might not win, but who's been winning the last 2 or 3 times in a row? And that's Miss Emily Henry. She brought out Great Big Beautiful Life. I don't want to read this book. I did not like Funny Story, but it's got over 574,000 ratings and it's got a 3.97 average rating. So I don't know where I'm hearing that it wasn't good, because it obviously looks good on Goodreads, right? Anna Wang brought out King of Envy. It wasn't my favorite. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not my favorite Anna Wang, but I'll be happy if it gets on the top 10 at least, because look, Goodreads needs to diversify their choice awards, okay? And I believe, is Anna Wang the first BIPOC author? Probably. Love Arranged. No, Lauren Asher is Latinx, I believe, but yeah, Anna Wang being, so that's 2 out of how many I've talked about so far. That's not a good look, Goodreads. You really need to, maybe I should do no, see, I I was like, maybe I should do like if Goodreads was diverse and read romance books by diverse authors, but I feel like I do that, but I don't think I've read any like traditionally published ones. And Goodreads always does shit. They always pick traditionally published authors for these awards. I think only once or twice have they done indie, and those indie authors turn traditionally published anyway. So that's just a whole nother can of worms. But yes, I'm just so glad that Anna Wang's on there. Abby Jimenez, I think, might win this time round. She's got an average rating of 4.02 stars, and over 414,000 people have rated this book, and that's Say You'll Remember Me. I think there is a dementia subplot in this book, is what I'm getting at, and like with the title. I haven't read it yet, but I do own it somewhere up here. So I will be getting to it because you know it's going to be top 10. Spiral. I really, really hope Spiral by Belle Cabra goes on this list. She is an indie turned traditionally published author. She is an author of color. And I really, really love Spiral. Oh my goodness, I love Spiral so much. Eli is just, oh, I love him so much. This is over 40,000 ratings and an average rating of 3.82 stars, which doesn't look great, but I really hope Goodreads considers her. I think Spiral should be on this list. This is one author that I was like, is this a romance book? This looks like just like a women's fiction book, but it might be on this list. And that is These Summer Storms by Sarah MacLean. She is traditionally a historical romance author. This is, I think, her first debut into contemporary romance. And it sounds interesting. It's got an average rating of 3.79 stars and over 69,000 ratings so far. So it could be a possible choice. Another possible choice that when I was researching, I was like, what is this book? And that's It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. It's got an average rating of 3.89 stars and it's got over 66,000 ratings on Goodreads so far. Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston might be on here. I don't think last year's book was on the list, but I believe the Lemon one was the year before. It's got an average rating of 3.9 stars and it's got over 45,000 ratings on it. Pucking Strong by Emily Rath. Emily Rath has been on everybody's minds for a lot of this year, or even like just lately when she brought out the first book in the Jacksonville Rays series. Everybody frothed over it. I was lucky enough to receive an ARC from the publisher for her most recent book, and I really enjoyed it. I think she wrote The Mail My Romance pretty well, but I don't know. Something she's been saying, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. If you want to look into it, go ahead and look into it. I'm not going to talk about it because I honestly can't remember what she said. All I know is I remember the feeling, and it was an icky feeling for me. Kennedy Ryan might be on this list. I've yet to read a Kennedy Ryan, but Can't Get Enough might be on here. I've heard so many people love this book, and it's got over 26,000 ratings, but the average rating is 4.4 stars. Okay, that sounds so good. My babies, I have to get them down. Wild and Wrangled by Lala Sage. If it's not on this list, I'm gonna riot. I'm going to riot. Swift and Saddled got robbed last year. We all know that. You all remember my crash out. But Wild and Wrangled, I don't know if Soul Searching will be on this list because Soul Searching only just came out, but Wild and Wrangled's right here, and it was so good. Dusty and Cam are forever gonna be in my life. But yes, so it's got over 101,000 ratings. Okay, it's popular, it's good. It's got 3.95 star rating as well, so hopefully it's going to be on this list. Lucy Score has been recently picked up by a publisher, and she brought out Story of My Life this year. It's got an average rating of 4.18 and over 102,000 ratings on the book. Wild Side by Elsie Silver might be on this. I know Elsie Silver brought out 2 books this year, Wild Side and Wild Card. Last year, she did the same thing, the Wild Love and Wild, where are you? Wild Eyes, but only the first book was on the list. So I have a feeling Wild Side will be on the list, even though everybody prefers Wild Card. I'm very excited for my first Elsie Silver boyfriend's dad, ex-boyfriend's dad, because I think she's going to write it really well. But Wild Side has over 207,000 ratings and an average rating of 4.18. Two more on the, what I think might be on the Goodreads Choice Awards nominations for the romance category. Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. Her play along was on the list last year. I read it, I quite enjoyed it. It was my first Liz Tomford. I love the colors, I love the vibes for this cover. The red and black is just, it's giving vampire even though it's not a vampire book. I don't know what Rewind It Back was gonna be about, but we'll see. It's got over 198,000 ratings and an average rating of 4.47. That's really good. That's really good actually. I'm gonna have to read it. I'm gonna have to. And last but not least, Bryn Weaver brought out 2 books this year. I think Scythe and Sparrow is gonna be on this list. It is the 3rd book in her Realness Love trilogy, and I need to read it. I read Leather and Luck for last year's video and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to read about the Doctor's romance with the Circus Act. It's got an average rating of 4.08 and over 173,000 ratings. So those are all the books that I think will be on the Goodreads Choice Awards nominations for the romance category. Let me know down below, have I forgotten about any and what you think will win. I think we all know Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez are going to be our top 2 contenders this year. But that Liz Tomford book has really thrown me, so I better hurry up and run to the library and get it. If you wanted to leave a comment to let me know you're here, if you have nothing else to say, pop a love heart emoji in the comments below for the romance category. I hope you stay tuned for my video where I read the top 10. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye.